Now today we have a return of Aria, and I don't know if this is like a permanent return or if it's just like a one-off episode because I'm gonna tell you like the current situation with the account, right? Basically, I kind of feel like at a standstill with it because I feel like I've done all the important stuff there is to do, right? But then again, there is the next step, right? The next step is Valiant, of course. It's like the Necropolis. It could be 8.4 exploration. And by the way, right there is a 6-star version of Adam Warlock, which is just insane, right? But like I was saying, there is still a lot to be done, but it just doesn't feel like that's the case really because all the cool stuff, which is like 8.2, getting Paragon, that's all done and dealt with, right? So it's like, what's next for this account, man? But here we have this Nexus crystal, and what the heck is this? Absorbing Man, Hercules, and Ultron. That's unreal. That is just one of the best Nexus crystals pretty much ever to like be found in this game. It has the best champion in the game. It has one of the best mystics as well, and of course Ultron too. But now it's time for my first rank 5 in Ascension, and here are my options, right? It's not a lot of champions, right? I don't have that many champions on this account, but I do have a Hercules, and Hercules, I probably couldn't have like timed this video worse because Hercules is really on the hot seat right now. Just so many debates about this character's like purpose in the game and if he's like just way too good to be in the game flat out. And I want to use this video to talk about that, but also I'm gonna make a separate video on that too. So this is just like the appetizer for it. But yeah, Hercules rank 4, but that's not it because we got to give him some 6 stones too, so he can just have, you know, that crazy immortality, you know, that ability, the one where he can't like be knocked out and he goes unblockable and he is just, you know, way too good with it. That one ability that kind of just started everything when it comes to this argument about Hercules. But yeah, we're not stopping there because when I explored 8.3, I pulled a 4 to 5 Cosmic Gem, and I don't know. I don't know like what other options I had. CGR I just pulled, which was pretty good, right? And like Adam Warlock too. But for this account, I like ranking champions that I don't have ranked on the main account, and Hercules on the main account is currently just rank 4. So this is my first time playing an Ascended Hercules, at least like not counting the content creator program account. But yeah, Ascended Hercules, he is a game changer, obviously. That's why he is by far the most common Ascension in the game, because he just changes it for you. He does everything with just absolute ease, and it's so cool. But it's also kind of a problem. Is it a problem? Let's talk about it, right? After this level up, let's talk about it, because there's so many sides to the story, and it's like, which side are you on? And I don't know what side I'm on just yet, which is crazy, right? Because here is my Hercules being rank 5 to right now and about to be ascended too. Like, I should, you know, have his side, right? But there's so many different like arguments for it. And here's the level 65, here is the Ascension, and here is Hercules as my first ever maxed out character. I have a moderator on my channel that's gonna hate this, which I am sorry for, right? Because, you know, he's been there since what I feel like is day 1, but it had to happen because the Cosmic class is kind of just bad too, to be honest. There's like the big 4 for the Cosmic characters, right? You have Hercules, you have Gallon, Hulkling, and Cosmic Ghost Rider. Those 4 Cosmic characters are just the best, right? And then the drop off is just unreal. It goes like those 4, then I guess like what, Adam Warlock, Null, Vox maybe, but they just don't compare to the top 4 characters, and it's like, well, that's just kind of lame. And I feel like ranking Hercules kind of just does eventually happen because you run out of cosmic characters really fast, and it just kind of sucks, right? Because when you pull a cosmic gem, it's like, okay, I feel like Hercules is only like one of the 4 good ones to do, then the rest are just like if you enjoy them. And of course the other cosmic characters are good, right? Like Cersei's great, Null's great, Vox is great, but when it comes to like these free to play accounts where every rank up really does matter a ton, sometimes you have to do more than just great, or more than just good at least, right? So that's why ranking Hercules on this account I don't really feel bad about doing, because who else, right? Like, who else am I supposed to do here? Of course there's like CGR still, right? But Hercules just helps out the most, and I feel like I can use that to my advantage, because I think Hercules, you know, can be played in this game, right? He is a playable champion for a reason. He was made to be played, so I'm gonna do just that. But Hercules aside, we have this Storm-X gameplay. This is the 7-for-7 challenge for like Karina's trial, and it's a pretty fun challenge if you have the right champions. Of course, my 7 stars are great on this account. I'm not going to complain about them in the slightest, but yeah, I have Overseer, Storm, and also Bishop. Now, of course, those are great champions, right? Some of the best in the pool itself, right? Like Bishop especially. But my roster, like 7-star wise on this account, feels kind of dry for this challenge because I have 2 mutants and 1 very niche science 7-star character. So it's like, can I do this whole challenge with just these 3 characters? Maybe I can, but will I have fun doing it? Probably not, right? Just probably not. But that's a pretty nice crit there. 40,000 damage. You love to see it. I dropped the relic. I dropped my SP1 after this. And yeah, some nice crits here too. Overall, Storm-X, not bad at all. Pretty dang surprising at times, really. But then we have this Bishop matchup. And Bishop on this lane is just so fun because of his like SP1 incinerates. Because when the opponent dashes forward, they purify debuffs off of them. But whenever Bishop like gets purified, he does a lot of damage to the opponent. So yeah, it's pretty fun, but I'm getting wrecked here for some reason. I'm just not playing this fight well at all, but it's Bishop. He's a 7-star. He's pretty tanky, so yeah, I'm not too worried about it. And plus, I mean, no, I can't say I just have revives, right? Because that's on my main account. That's not on this account. But yeah, we're still in it. We're doing pretty good. Here I drop a combo. I think I drop my SP2 right here, and we get some crits, some very nice crits actually, and we go back in. He purifies the incinerate, which is kind of annoying there because one of Bishop's incinerates do a lot of damage because it's based off of like the special attack damage. So if I got 2 crits there, which I did, it was doing some very nice damage. But the fight's almost over anyway. We get the parry, we get the prowess built up, we drop another SP2, and here it does some pretty nice damage once I actually drop it, which is now. And look at this, not too shabby at all. Of course, Bishop at like rank 1, level 1 kind of feels dry, but I think most champions do in that state, so I'm not going to say too much about it. But here we have this Black Widow boss. And yeah, honestly, doing 8.1, or no, 7.1 again, with like 7-star characters, I thought it was a cool idea. I thought like it felt good nostalgia-wise, because when's the last time we've done this content? Well, okay, for me personally, kind of recent because of like, you know, my content creation, but for other people, it was a long time ago, right? So that's why I think it's honestly kind of cool to just revisit it. And if they do like a Karina's 8.1 trial, that'll be pretty cool. But then again, Act 8 is the current act, so probably not. But still, even like an Act 6 one. But people don't like Act 6 at all. But I don't get it really. I think Act 6 is pretty cool, especially when champions like Hercules are a thing now, so you can just blitz through it with him. back in my day, I don't want to sound old here. I'm not old. I'm 18, but back in my day, which that's definitely like an old person term, but yeah, back in my day, we didn't have Hercules, right? You couldn't just herc through everything. You had to use other options, like proper options, right? And that's like one reason why I get where Kabam's coming from, but then again, you put him in the game, you just gotta like live with your mistakes, I guess, right? That's how I feel about it. But yeah, this Black Widow boss is pretty boring, to be honest, but Storm X, she's doing pretty good damage now at least. We drop the SP2 after the heavy attack charge. We get one nice crit, which is good. I'll take that. Usually she does 0 nice crits, so hey, it's better than nothing, right? She drops the SP2, and yeah, this matchup going pretty good. But keep in mind, this has stun vulnerability, so this is not like practical damage output, but then again, this isn't a showcase either. It's just like, for the challenge that I have to do for my 4th ever 7-star champion on this account. And the goal for my 7-star pull is Necropolis, because that feels like the only thing left to do on this account. But of course, like this account will never like get retired, right? Because it's like a staple on this channel. Do I want to start a new account like past this one? Of course, because I think new accounts are like really, really fun, but that's for a different time, I guess. Here I drop another SP2, and that SP2 just did a pretty good amount of damage. But yeah, there is the 7-star shards, but the job isn't finished yet. Now I have this Domino boss here, and this Domino boss isn't like the biggest deal out there, but it's also Domino, right? So that can just be kind of annoying. And yeah, just stun vulnerability, no big deal. And I'm going to speed it up here because, yeah, it's a pretty chunky Domino, and Domino is just Domino, right? So it gets kind of annoying really, really fast. But yeah, this has a weird node where, like, you have these charges, right? And doing a certain action removes 1 charge. And once you have 0 charges, she, like, goes kind of stun immune. So it's pretty annoying, but it's also pretty manageable, too. So this fight, it's kind of just don't let Domino do Domino things, and once that happens, you're kind of just chilling, right? And Bishop is kind of decent for Domino because of his energy res, but like I said, Domino can just do Domino things sometimes. But here I drop an SP2, it does some pretty nice damage output, to be fair, and then I just, you're gonna see what happens here. I do a combo, I do a heavy attack, and then I do another one here. But I don't know what happened there. I think her stun duration was reduced. So, yeah, that was a cool ending to that fight. But now we have Archangel here. He's decent. He's okay. Nothing too crazy. But he got the job done, so I'll take it. And then I realized, so for this challenge here that gives 7-star shards, there is me completing it, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. But you have to do them in order. So I didn't get the 7-star shards, and I wasted my time. So isn't that just like really, really fun? I was super annoyed, of course, because I wanted to just finish this up so I could watch football, but no, I had to do this quest now. This is the Shooting Stars quest. Honestly, one of my favorite quests in the entire game. Because it's just so chill, and the rewards are just so good too. It's just free 7-star shards and like some Paragon crystals. So yeah, I like it. I'm a big fan of it. And here I get to use Hercules because the requirements for these like matchups aren't anything that particular. So yeah, Hercules just kind of destroys it. And yeah, like he's just he's an oddball, right? Of course, he's the best champion in the game, but he's also pretty fun too. And that might be like a weird statement to say because, Hercules is Hercules, right? But I honestly enjoy him. I think he's really fun to play sometimes. And if that's weird, then I'm sorry, but I think it's just true. He's a really fun champion. You can like hate his abilities, but his animations are so good. For like a brawling cosmic character, he has just done so well. So yeah, I think he is pretty great in that regard. But like abilities wise, of course, he is just, really, really good there. And you could say he's too good, which no one's going to argue with you about that because he is way too good for the game. But the real argument is, should he get nerfed? Which, that's up for you to decide, right? That's not for me to decide or for like anyone else. That's your own opinion. But also keep in mind, they didn't say they're gonna do it, right? So don't worry about it. He's not gonna get nerfed, right? I mean, they said, I don't know. I thought it was silly. I thought it was just like a joke. I don't think they'd ever do it because the backlash would just be too much, right? And okay, if I were in Kabam's shoes, I wouldn't do it because I just wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't want to risk it, like with the reaction, so I just wouldn't even mess with it. But then again, I don't own a company for that reason, and I guess my channel is a company technically, but I'm not the best at managing it, right? So don't take my advice. But here I can go for the intercept, drop the SP2. Do I do it? Yes, I do, because look at this. Get the intercept, drop the SP2, some beautiful damage there. And yeah, he's just so fun to play. That damage output is just also really crazy too. But then again, he is ascended, so that's like kind of a given. And also, he's ascended, right? So that means once like ascended Hercules has run its course, it's up to the 7-star Herc next, right? But if Kabam is just like, okay, guess what? There's no 7-star Herc. Then I think that is just like a mission done successfully because you limit Herc by making him not a 7-star and you keep him the same so the player base can't get mad at you for just not adding him, right? So I think that's the best way to do it, just by secretly just pushing him out of the game. I think that's how you do it, right? I think that's like the best way to approach it. But then again, I'm not like, I'm not the business owner, right? I don't make the calls, and I shouldn't because I'm just an 18-year-old player of this game. But yeah, it's a weird topic, but more on that in a separate video. Here we have Hercules just, doing his thing by doing pretty good damage, countering miss, and he is just gonna wipe out this guillotine pretty fast, and it's really fun to do because his animations are top tier. We go back in, drop a combo into the SP2, and that just does it. And those are my 7-star shards collected. So there we go. You'll love to see it. Yeah, let's just claim those shards now. We get it from like the completion rewards, or like the path rewards, sorry. And now it's time for the 7-star opening. So here is my 7-star roster. 3 champions, Storm, Bishop, Overseer. Who do I want? I want someone for Necropolis. Give me Wong. Give me someone that I can just use for Necropolis. There are so many good Necropolis options as 7-star characters. There's Gamora. There is Guardian even, I think anyway. There is, who else? Null. There is Odin too. There's just so many good champions in this crystal now, for Necropolis especially. But can I pull them? I don't know, right? I just don't know. And I hope that I can get at least one of them, because right now my roster for Necropolis is just kind of in the bin. I guess I have like some unleveled ones, but that's gonna take a while to just like rank them up, right? But let's see here. 7-star champion number 4, give me something good. There's Shang-Chi, there is Warlock, there's Shuri, and we land on a 7-star version of Strife. Now, remember when I said I need a Necropolis option? I think this guy is a Necropolis option. So is there still hope? Maybe, because I can just rank 2 of this guy. He doesn't need the dupe for like Necropolis content. So yeah, that kind of just has me, a bit hopeful for this account, right? Because I think Strife can do a lot for this account, especially in like long form content. So yeah, we'll have to see about that. But is Aria back? I don't know. Is there a new account challenge coming soon? I also don't know. But either or is gonna happen. Maybe both happen at the same time. I don't know just yet. But let me know your thoughts on this video, and yeah, that's about it for me.